Me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so I start recording. So, yeah, thank you for coming and for being here. You can go somewhere like light on, I can't see your face.
Oh, sorry. All right, just a sec, because I
Yeah, man.
have to plug in the phone. Let me just move. All right, give me a sec. Ah. Better?
Yeah, nice. All right. So I'm going to chop this up so you can answer however long you want. Yeah. So
Sure.
Gizmo is okay, right? Gizmo876, or should I say Gizmo? All right.
Gizmo is okay. Gizmo is okay.
All right, cool. All right. So music. How old were you when you started?
Well, I wrote my first song when I was around 13, 12, just started high school. And it was just kind of a culture at DC. I went to the Carteret College. And there were a couple of groups of guys who always did some clashing vibes. And it was just interesting to me. I just wrote a song for fun, went in, clashed one of the bigger guys, and people just love it. So I just continued.
I feel like that's how everybody starts out, like around like
Yeah.
lunch tables,
On,
like
on
pencil.
like, yeah, that thing, that Jamaican high school thing.
Yeah,
It's just a
it's
personal experience. It just depends on who continues and who doesn't.
true. But I feel like that's like our high school culture to be like, oh, we're gonna build some tune, or we're gonna sing song we already did it, and beat the
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah, but the thing is with DC, it was DC took music seriously. I remember I started learning piano at DC. Get FL Studio and start make rhythm at DC with a couple other producer friends, Yo Levite and some others who are in the industry right now. So
Oh,
being at DC kind of took me to another level in terms of music.
oh, okay. So was it a structural thing where like you did like music? Because everybody has to do music, but then you only
Yeah,
learn like a couple notes. So was it a structural thing in terms of like
yeah,
making?
it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the music curriculum was taken seriously, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody in law school would do it. But I think we, in a sense, we kind of saw it as a competition. Who could do
Mm-hmm.
better? So we most of us will strive to learn as much as we can and
Yeah.
implement as much as we can. And for those of us who moved on to produce, we would
Mm-hmm.
try to incorporate new theories that we would learn at school in the music that we would make.
I feel that's really cool. I was not
And
expecting that
like
at
further
all.
on, I think, yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I didn't do music at the C-Sec level, but I ended up in sixth form teaching composition to fifth formers and fourth formers.
You're blowing my
Did
mind
guitar
right now.
composition. So yeah, it was weird, but it was fun. So yeah, I ended up teaching. That was weird. But yeah,
Tell me a little bit
sometimes
about that though. I know we have something else to get into, but because that sounds like a really cool story.
yeah. It was really Yo Levite, as I mentioned before.
Uh,
Kieran Young. He was pretty close with the music teachers at the time, and they knew him as a producer, and he did music at the C-Sec level. So moving on to sixth form, he maintained that connection, and he came up with the idea to teach, because they would have to compose a piece for the SPA. So he came up with the idea to teach them how to compose digitally. So if they compose their piece, their written piece, then they would translate it into the software FL Studio. So it was a fun experience, and I'm sure the students enjoyed it as well. Some of them probably still use it, most of them don't, but at
I
least
feel like
they know where it comes from.
that's such a cool skill to know, especially at such a young age. Because
Yeah,
everybody we grow up to be a certain thing and to aspire to certain things. So like learning FL Studio in sixth form, unheard of. So speaking of FL Studio, the song Toxic, right?
Yeah.
The beats. How would you describe the beat? Because I have a particular feeling that I get when I listen to the song. So how would you describe it?
The beat, funny enough, I made that beat in 2018, and I was in a mental state where, how do I say this without sounding like,
You
I
can say it.
was,
Go ahead.
I was going through something, right? I was
Mm-hmm.
going through, it was weird, like all over the place, like back and forth with someone, and my emotions were all over the place when I made that beat. I made it for a different song. It was like Fix. It was basically about um wanting to get that fix from someone who you know really isn't good for you. That kind of vibe. But time passed and I really didn't like it. I didn't put it out. Had the beat. We were working on the EP, and I'm like, I like this vibe because it kind of matched the vibe of the EP. But it was really the mood at the time. And sometimes when I listen to it, even this new song, it takes me back into that feeling, that mood. So that's the
Oh,
vibe I get from it to this day.
okay. So it's just like, as the title suggests, it's like a toxic situation that I don't know
Yeah.
how you would put it, but it sounds to me that like there was like suffering on both ends, but then you don't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But it's a little bit more than that
Mm-hmm.
because I said on a live the other day, like kind of shocked a lot of people. Toxic really isn't about a one-on-one situation when you really meds it. It's when I say keep on repeating the cycle, it's like it's happening over and over, not just with one person, but with multiple. Like, say for example, I was with this person and we broke up, and somehow we maintain a tie, and if you call or go in, and then I'm with this new person, but I was with this other person 2 years ago who I still in
Yeah.
contact with, and then that person was with someone else a year before, and she's still in contact with that person, and so yeah, it's like it's more of a web than a cycle, but
Wow.
it's like
It's messy.
multiple cycles at the same time. Yeah, it's really messy. So yeah,
I
I
feel
even
like
I kind of show it in the video a little bit
mm,
where the first girl that the guy went to, her name popped up when she texted him, but when he left and after, like towards the end of the video, when he got a message that, oh, the guy is not here anymore, you can come over, it's a different name that comes up. So he's going to another ex.
oh,
Yeah.
I have to rewatch that because I did not get that at all.
Yeah.
My thing when I watched the video, I saw it and I was like, oh, this girl is obviously with somebody, and she keeps going
Mhm.
back to her ex. So I wasn't considering if the guy had like somebody else or because as they say, it's a web, so it's like
Yeah.
more than even
But
three.
yeah, it doesn't explicitly state that the guy is currently with someone else, but he's
Mm-hmm.
definitely maintaining multiple ties from the past.
That's the
Yeah.
toxicity of it all.
Yeah. That's like the ultimate. That's as far as it goes. But
Mm.
it really ties it. I chose that one to be the lead single because it really ties together the entire EP in terms of that multiple connection kind of vibe where it's like things that you know not supposed to happen. You're with someone, you're not supposed to go outside of that, but then you keep going out in multiple ways for different reasons.
Mm.
So yeah, that's one reason, and the rest of the EP kind of shows some others.
So you say you got it from a situation that you were in, right? So was it
Yeah.
similar to what is shown in the video?
yeah, yeah, it was, and that's the
Alright.
thing. If I did that song in the time when it was happening, I don't think I would release it because I don't know, it would kind of be too much, too
It's
close
so
to home.
specific.
So yeah, no, well, not necessarily out of fear of it being too specific to anyone, but for me, I think it would be a bit too much. It took a long time for me to basically get myself in a frame of mind where I'm free of certain things and feel like some things don't really matter anymore. Like I'm over it. So for me, being able to put out this on a project now, it really speaks of a personal milestone for me.
Oh, nice. So, do you see yourself going back to? Because I mean, I know a lot of people our age tend to revert back to. Just revert back.
Oh,
I tend to revert to that situation, that the exact situation that you guys talk about in the song. Do you see
yeah.
yourself? Do you find it easy to go back to that? I should say.
Right now, no. No, I've put myself in a position where that's really difficult, and with the frame of mind I'm in now, like it really don't make no sense to me. It really,
Okay.
it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the future holds, but like right now, I
Mm-hmm.
don't see it happening.
Yeah. Good
And
answer. Good answer. um, well, let's talk about like the song itself, the structure. Like when I first heard Mila on the hook, I was like, "Is this the Mila.AKILAH that I know?" What
yeah,
What
I said the
about
same thing.
what about her that made you say, "Okay, she's the perfect person to put on this song"?
Ah, before I say anything about that, let me just make a little point here.
Sure, no problem.
This song is the last song I wrote for the EP. The last song I wrote for the EP, and Someone is the first one that was released. So when I wrote that song, I actually linked up with Pablo on the same day
Mm-hmm.
because I just kind of heard her voice on it. I wrote a full song, hook, everything. When I spoke to Pablo and how, because at the time, like, I didn't really know Mila personally. I just listen to her music and kind of just get our vibe from her music. So I talked to Pablo and tell him I have a full song and I don't want Mila to do the hook shit. And Pablo is like, yo, I'm not sure if Mila would do that. She prefer to write her own stuff and have a little conversation and thing. I'm like, I really want to hear what she comes up with. So do a little voice note with just the verses, left the hook blank, and sent it to Pablo so she could listen to it. She said she liked it. So I was really excited to hear what she would do. And of course, her hook was way better than mine.
Trust me. Listen,
when, yeah, when Pablo forwarded the voice note to me, I went into because I write most of my stuff on my notepad on my phone. I went into the notepad app, opened the toxic file, and I just um, highlight the hook and delete.
wow. I mean, things always work
Same
out.
time, same time. So to this day, no one else heard that hook, and I don't remember it, and I prefer to keep it that way. So yeah, she was really really good, and her ad libs and stuff like that. She kind of hinted at what she was going for with the ad lib melody when she sent back her voice note. I'm like, yo, keep that, cause me like that. And the thing at the end where she was like, you can't get away from this toxic energy. She was just freestyling. I'm like,
Mm.
yo, make sure that they're on the final thing, please.
So
But yeah.
who's the producer? You said that you made the beats and everything. So
Oh
you
yeah.
were the one.
I didn't mix it. One of my friends, Protocol, past DC man too. He mixed the track. But everything else basically was me. Recorded my verses at Friends for Real a few days after I sent it, and then Mila did hers on her own and sent to me. I put together everything, did a demo, sent to Protocol. It was like, yo, the shot, sent him the clean vocals for him to do his magic. We just went back and forth for a little bit until he finished and sent it. But
All right.
it was fun to work on, like overall from start to end.
I was about to ask how easy it was because I know sometimes it comes easy and sometimes it takes like months to make one song.
Yeah,
So.
I get. But this one just felt kind of natural. As I say, it was the last one that I wrote, and it was the first one that we finished.
Nice.
It was pretty easy to just. Mila is really amazing and easy to work with. She's cool. Rachel, I'm gonna work with her anytime. And Pablan, Pablan are the man. Pablan make things happen. So.
Yeah, we're not giving no props for this. We're not giving no props.
You can cut that.
we're gonna cut out that part. All right. So my last question, I think we kind of touched on it, but like this is a social issue that you're talking about. So do you think that being quote unquote toxic is becoming the norm for our generation's relationships?
I wouldn't say it has become the norm, but it's really, really common. I think the thing is that more people are talking about it now. There's an ongoing conversation. There are different takes on it, different views. People aren't afraid to open up. It's nothing new, really. It's just that there are more conversations around it now, which is good. It's a start. And I think it's definitely something that we need to look at, not just as a generation, because I don't think it's just our generation that face this problem. But it's definitely something that is really good to talk about, healthy to talk about, and it's something that, if talked about, can fix a lot of problems that we face.
Well, that's true. All right, you said it all. Thanks so much for coming on the call. I don't know when I will edit this, but I'm hoping to put it out next week. By like next week Friday or so.
Right.
Beforehand, I'll just send you a copy and you can
Okay, no problem. And thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks again. I'll message you. But thank you again.
Okay.